Howdy, Possum Patty here. Yes, this is an awesome Possum Peep video, but a little bit different than my other ones. Yes, I do have some fruit punch peeps here, but let me start with the backstory first. Do you remember the other day when I was working on this page in my journal and I was looking for scraps and old magazine images and all kinds of things to put together this journal page about the dandelions. And I was talking about, using trash in your journal and using up scraps and things that usually get thrown out and how to recycle things and upcycle things. Well, there's a hashtag, give a scrap. And this was a hop for April hosted by Angela. And I will link her information below. And she scheduled an awesome creator, one for every day of the month in April. And they were to do a little video on using up scraps in their journal, scraps and trash. And I do that every single day. Well, I got tagged by Trudy, and I will list her channel below too. I'm going to list all the awesome creators below in the description box down in the basement. Yes, 30 of them, one for every day, and they all have an awesome video on ways of using your scraps in journaling, making ephemera, all different kinds of things. I do this every single day. Well, after I created this page, I thought about the hop. I know, a little late, because I was tagged by Trudy, like a couple of weeks ago. And I told Trudy I would make a video on using scraps. And then I sat here looking through my scrap box to do this page, and I completely forgot. But, the brain, she's a broke. I'm so sorry, Trudy. Doesn't matter. I'll do another one. I'll list this one below in case you didn't see it. But, so today, the crumbs that I left on the table were to do a page in my Awesome Possum Peep journal for my magical birthday possum. Now, Angela, the host of this hop, hashtag give a scrap, her birthday is in April. And my birthday was in February, but in April I received my magical birthday possum. What a coincidence, right? So I'm going to use this little bag, and I'm sure this is a recycled bag that Amy from the Doki Doki Forest sent me to put her magical possum that she drew for me in here. And then I saved the wrapping paper from a very special book she gave me. When in doubt, play dead. Life advice from an unexpected source. So, awesome book. And so I'm going to use some old wrapping paper, not throw it out. I'm going to use this already recycled bag that Amy sent me and do a page in my Awesome Possum journal for hashtag give a scrap. So come on along. This is my Awesome Possum journal made with some possum fabric that was gifted to me, and I added on some little buttons and flower applique there. You can see some hand stitching around the edge, and this is one of my bubble mailer journals. I love the soft covers. And I got a lot of awesome possum things from many Possum Peeps. Photos and books and cartoons. And I added all in here. I got my possum dress in here. Lala's granddaughter with her rescue baby possum there. All kinds of fun. This was drawn for me by Michelle D. Mama Possum with the babies. Oh, here I am with my possum ears that I made. So many possum things in here. Possum cards, possum stickers. I'm going to make a page for my magical possum. She's kind of big. I love the little heart window in here. She could fit right inside there. But I have to find a page that I can fit this on like a pocket. Well, the pages in this journal are not that big. Yes, they're not that big. This one almost fits, right? Just about fit on there. All right, this is the largest page in the journal. This is a tuck right here. This would fit on the back, but I've got this really nice trim. I don't want to cover that up. Oh, look, a little fairy flying there. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get the scrap box and find a scrap of paper that I can sew this to, and then I can glue it to this. And then the possum will live in here. And then I'm going to take this cute little hedgehog wrapping paper, and I'm going to take a little piece of this. I'm going to cover this brown paper right here. And I have a possum cartoon. Well, I have a couple of possum cartoons I'm going to print out. Some were gifted to me by Possum Peeps and one from my sister, actually. So yes, so I'll use up these scraps in my awesome possum journal. So back in the intro, I showed you in my spring journal the page I was doing for the dandelions. And I was looking through my big scrap paper bag, you know, for the strips, because a lot of times you trim paper down to fit on a page or something, and you wind up with all those strips left over. So I had saved them all in a bag, and I was going through the bag and using those strips, you know, just as some trim for the side of the page, and that worked out beautifully. And sometimes, you know, I look for scraps to put on as backgrounds or make ephemera with. So this time we'll be using scraps as the background. And well, maybe some trims too, you never know. Well, I got that bag of scraps out again. And I tell you, like, for a couple of years, I was really good at saving every single scrap. Yes, I did. I was a scrap saver for sure. But now I have to learn to be a scrap user. And I'm trying to keep that in my mind. Use the scraps, use the scraps. So I'm so happy Trudy, you know, tagged me for this Give a Scrap hop, because this is what I really need to do. Yes, I need to reinforce this idea in my brain over and over again. Use the scraps, use the scraps, use the scraps. Okay, so I'm going to flip through here. Oh, and here's, you know, all those strips I was talking about. I've got all these strips. Look at this. Look at all these strips in here. And I saved them all. And that's what I was looking for, to make some trims on the side of the page, you know. I was going through these the other day. But right now, I need one larger piece to start with, to put this on. And there are some larger pieces back here. I've got this. This is kind of lightweight paper. Ooh. All right, so what do you think? This is a good weight. I can cut it down to the right size. Sew this little package on here and put the magic possum in there. I might have to take this off because, see, it's ripping. It's got that perforations on there. So now I'm making another scrap. Put that in the bag. Okay, let me do this. So while I go over to the sewing machine, and you know, I'm just going to sew this on, but if you don't sew, just glue it down, no problem. You do you. And while I do that, I'm going to flash through very quickly the 30 creatives that were part of the hop for the month of April. Diane, Pam, Clarissa, Linnae, Sarah, Bexx, Jovi, Hazel, Carol, Sandy, Sierra, Lyndee, Dale, and Julie. Just sewn around the edge with a teeny tiny zigzag stitch, and Magical Possum still fits inside. That's good. I'm just going to use some tacky glue to glue this all down. This was a very easy page, wasn't it? I was in such a bad habit of always reaching for, you know, a new 12 by 12 sheet of paper and cutting it up and using it. I was good at saving all the scraps, but not good at using them. Just always grabbing a new piece of paper. I don't know why. Well, I know why. Because I bought new paper and I wanted to use it. And then I bought new paper and I wanted to use it. And then I bought new paper and I wanted to use it. This is the little piece that I trimmed off this side. I didn't think there was that much of an overlap. But I had that scrap sitting right there and used it. Yay! See, I'm getting better at this already. The scrap of green paper that I had was just a little short once I took off, you know, the perforated edge up there. So what I did was I left a little bit of the white space at the top and the bottom, and I'm going to leave it there like a little white border because it kind of matches the little white flowers right there. See, in the old days, I wouldn't have done that. I would have gone hunting for a big sheet of paper and cut it down so I could have covered up that little bit of white. Or if I didn't like it white, I could take a magic marker or a little bit of paint, a little bit of gold marker, and gone over that. But because the white matches the flowers so much, I'm just going to leave it like that. Yeah, it's still very wet here. But look how adorable this is. It is so sweet. Thank you so much, Amy, for my magical possum. She can fit right in here, like that. And now I think, do I want to cut this or rip it? All right, let me print out a picture first, and then I'll decide how I want to do that. Here's a possum cartoon from an awesome possum peep, Rachel. Hey, honey, where's the kids? Oh, they're outside playing. And they're all playing dead. Think of the book I just got. When in doubt, play dead. Perfect, right? So I'm going to put this down here. Ooh. What if, see, there's always more ideas, right? Now this is from Rachel. This is from Amy. This is from Amy. But they're playing dead and they're playing dead. What if I printed out a picture of the cover of the book and put it up here? And I could put that this was from Rachel and this was from Amy. I used my high-priced premium Saran plastic wrap cutter to cut this wrapping paper down. It was a little bit difficult because, as you can see, this is not a this is not a rectangle. It's a little bit of an odd shape, but it worked out fine. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. Yes, I'm going to print out a picture of the cover of the book. I'm going to glue this down. All these trees remind me of the trees that are on my new tablecloth. My Charlie Harper, he's the famous artist who does these stylized birds. Trees look just like that. Okay, don't get sidetracked. I think I'll put a little green border or something around that and print out the picture. And while I do all that, I think I'll finish my list of those creators who are participating in the hop. Kerrie, Carol, Lorie, BB Bianca, Kerrie, Brian, Tanya, Karla, Martha, MJ, Dave, Kelly, Julie, and Marci. And here's the finished page, and I did use the pink striped scrap paper as a background for the picture of the book from Amy at Doki Doki Forest, April 29th, 2024. I do have to remember to date things. And after putting this all on the page, I was like, oh my stars, I just covered up all the cute little hedgehogs. So I cut one out of the scrap paper and I put it there, and I put one of those trees that I'm loving from Rachel Phelps down here at the bottom with the possum kids playing dead. And it all came together. Look at that. Even the color of the book matches the trim that's along the side. And the pink stripes are going, oh, bless you, Mr. Possum. And the pink stripes are going with the little stripes on the bag over here, which is the home for my birthday magical possum. Oh, and I did sew this on in such a way so that I can put a journaling card back here behind. So I might add that later on. Well, there you have it. No new ideas and nothing spectacular, just ordinary, everyday journaling with scraps and trash. That's what I love to do. Well, I hope you check out all of the different creators in this hashtag Give a Scrap and enjoy the hop. And I will tag a few people, but you know what? I'm going to email them first and find out if they've already been tagged or not. Only one more thing left to do. Fruit Punch Peeps. Let's give them a taste. I haven't opened this one up yet. They're still fresh. I did get them before Easter, but they're still nice and soft. And they're pink on the inside. Very sweet as always. Yes, I do love the fruit flavors like the Mike and Ike and the Fruit Punch. Much better than the sweeter ones like the Party Cake. Yeah, this one's more palatable to me, yes. Well, thanks for coming along today and happy junk journaling. Bye-bye. When in doubt, play dead. Life advice from an unexpected source. You've survived 100% of your problems so far. Great job. With that track record, you might even be immortal. The first opossums and the first crocodilian ancestors appeared during the Cretaceous period, just as the dinosaurs went extinct. Who knew being called a living fossil could be a compliment?